the November Okay, we're gonna start the November Community Board One Landmarks Committee meeting. Casey Friedman, Chair, Co-Chair Vicky. And we have this lovely project here, right, from Governor's Island. Whoever wants to start. Okay.
Want to give them the.
Oh.
Oh, right here.
And it works? Great.
I'm going to
Wonderful.
email Linda.
Yeah, email her. But she's coming anyway, and she will catch up. So, and we'll take it a little bit slow since they brought it down in slides.
Okay.
Locate us, please.
You ready?
Yes, we're ready.
So I'm Andrew Winters. I'm the Director of Capital Projects and Planning for the New York Climate Exchange. And I'll just give you a 1-minute overview and reminder of who the Climate Exchange is and why we're proposing to build something on Governor's Island. We're a not-for-profit consortium of universities, businesses, and local community groups. We're dedicated to the challenge of climate change and finding solutions for climate change. We're dedicated to this very simple idea of bringing people together from all different sectors of society is the way to accelerate solutions to climate. And so the physical place that we propose to do it is on Governor's Island. We've been working with the Trust for Governor's Island. We were selected by the Trust and the city to build this campus. I'll say 2 more things. One is we value the amazing achievements that Governor's Island has made, and we love being a part of that community. And from a design perspective, what we want to do is to be a great neighbor, but also to build on what makes Governor's Island special and unique. And obviously the historic character makes it special and unique. So as part of our proposal, about 60% of our project is new construction and about 40% is the renovation of an existing historic building within the historic district. So we believe that that is a great way to help to move for the future of Governor's Island. In terms of our organization, we've been working with the Trust for Governor's Island. We're currently in construction documents for this project, working closely with the Trust and also working with other elected officials and community groups over the last number of weeks. We've met with a range of public officials from the local council member Marte to state senators, assembly members, community groups, island-based groups sharing where we are on the project. So we're thrilled to be here and to give you an update and to talk about the historic preservation aspect of the project. So I'll turn it over to Julie.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Shelley. I'm an architect from SOM. So the full scope of the project actually bridges between the historic district and the contemporary park. It's about 13 acres. It includes 2 wings of the Legate on the eastern end, and then 2 new constructions. They're tucked under this serpentine-shaped solar canopy, and a series of public spaces and site improvements along Division Road. So the whole campus aims to be both a replicable model for sustainable architecture as well as a living laboratory for climate action. The whole design is rooted from this idea of carbon first. So both 2 new buildings are timber structure. There will be the most ambitious mass timber structure project proposed in New York. And the adaptive reuse part of the project plays a really important role in this whole carbon story, because just by adaptive reuse existing structure, we estimate this will result in over 80% of upfront carbon emission reduction. In fact, over 45% of the project area realized in the adaptive reuse portion of the project. On the lower right image, looking into the Legate courtyard on the right side, the section of Legate will become the undergrad students' dorms on the upper levels with amenities on the ground floor. And then on the left side, section O will be the extended stay to host researchers, visiting faculty members, and graduate students. And in between them, the Legate courtyard will become this new quad for leading communities, will be a new public garden. Become the space where the public come in and relax, and become also outdoor space for learning and experiments. So we see this really as an opportunity to be an addition to the series of already amazing common space on the island. Next.
I don't want to be rude, but I have to stop for 1 second. Slow it down. If we hide image, we'll go back to that other image. We're not here to discuss some amazingly crazy This structure, we're not talking about this
No,
today, are we?
not at all.
Okay.
Just to be.
Just one building,
Yeah.
named 400.
Yes.
Building
Awesome.
Just to give
Okay.
some context
Thank you.
of
I
the
just,
overall
okay.
work.
Caution.
Okay.
Yeah. Hi,
Got
I'm
it?
Julie
One
Rosen.
building, not this and
Yeah,
that
it
and
was one
this and
thing.
that. And a courtyard or no?
And the courtyard,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay,
Here,
cool.
Quaysburg and Partners. Yeah, so the scope of work that is before the Landmarks Commission is just the scope of Building 400. It's also known as Liggett Hall, so you might hear us using those two names interchangeably. The building, as you see, it's 15 sections. There were 14 original sections constructed in 1929, designed by McKinley and White. The building was a barracks for the Army. It housed an entire infantry. It's actually still one of the largest Army buildings, military buildings ever constructed in the world. In 1967, there was an addition constructed after it changed hands to the Coast Guard, and that's what we call Section O, and it's called out in the plan. So it's a non-historic addition. The scope of our project that we're presenting to you today is just sections L, M, N, and O. There is a second later phase of work that is contemplated at a few of the other sections, but today's presentation is just about 4 sections, L, M, N, and O, as well as Liggett Courtyard, which is in between L, M, N, and O. It's called out in the plan. Liggett Terrace, we're also calling out. That area was a historic quadrangle, open kind of military field. The current design, very contemporary, was approved by LPC in 2012. It would have come through this committee as well. And then we have the historic district boundary marked with the dashed purple lines. We're right at the southern terminus of the historic district, and you'll see that reference throughout our presentation. We have 11 scope items. You actually have a key map and list for your reference as we make our way through at the beginning front of your decks. These are the 11 items that LPC staff has confirmed require review by the full commission at a public hearing. We're calendared for December 2nd. So these are the items that will need you to write your resolution on. There are other components of this project that are being reviewed at staff level, including a very extensive scope of facade repair and restoration work at these sections. But again, what we are presenting to you this evening is just the scope that requires commission level review. And we do at your request have a very consolidated deck
Thanks.
to go through. We have
Oh,
a full deck in the appendix. If you all have questions, you can always turn to those, but we are prepared to move quickly so that we can get to any questions.
Thank you.
So we'll start with the exterior window replacement. Essentially, we're proposing to replace all the exterior windows within our project scope, and this is mostly driven by energy performance. The current windows there, most of them were replaced 20, 30 years ago, so they're not meeting kind of the air tightness and energy performance we're aiming for. On the upper side of 3 images, there are actually only very few of the original wood double hang window that still exists in the project today. And most of them are actually tucked behind the concealed arcade. They're not at the exterior of the building. And most of the windows at the exterior of the building, there are these aluminum replacement windows that have a visibly chunkier frame and is mimicking the historic style of the wooden frame windows. Next. So our proposed window would be a simulated double hang window with a casement window on the lower pane of the window. So from left to right, we have the historic window. In the middle is the existing window, and on the right is what proposed assembly. We were actually able to get much closer to the dimension of the historic window compared with what exists today by reducing the frame by 1 to 2 inches on the outer frame. Which would allow us to increase actually 10 to 11% the glazing ratio as well compared with what exists today. The casement window, which was mostly driven by accessibility requirement for the students, but in general, we're getting much closer to historically existing project.
Why is this not a staff level window?
Great question. Would you like me to answer that or do you? Go ahead. So staff can approve high performance simulated double hung windows at staff level with the casement operation. But the rules very specifically require that they be replaced everywhere at the entire building. And because our project scope only includes 4 sections, we need to present it at the public hearing, but otherwise all of the details and the operation that we're proposing do meet staff rules.
Great.
And we're matching the color of the existing window, so
Okay,
trying to achieve a more visual across the different sections.
okay.
Great.
Windows?
Second item, exterior door replacement. So what we're seeing here is the ground floor plan of the Liggett courtyard. On the right side is section L and N, on the left side is section O. What's highlighted here in blue are the doors that are, we think have a little bit more historic significance. They are, these doors facing the major roads along Division Road and Kings Avenue. And they have this, featured portico articulation, as shown on the upper right image. And so for those doors, we're replacing them with a wooden door in a similar style as the historic doors. And then the doors that are marked in pink, those will be the new doors we're introducing within the ground level arcade. One of the main driver behind this is that all the main entrances, they're reorganized to be along the courtyard. To provide accessibility to all these doors, because the existing door and slab is about a foot above the existing curb. They have a few steps in front of them. So by relocating them around along the courtyard, it would allow us to provide.
Do you want to sit here? Closer to us, we miss you. Next to that, the documents are next to. The document next to that.
Continue. We have three opening types. One of them you're gonna change rough opening. Can you tell us how?
We have three types. So the blues are the historic door with porticos, of course, are replaced with a door similar historic style. The pink ones are the new doors we're introducing, and those will actually be the main primary entrances into the spaces. And the reason behind that was mostly driven by accessibility, because the existing slab sits above the current curb level, and by reorienting them along the courtyards, and it would allow us to more seamlessly integrating those, we go through a real different ways to regrading within the courtyard space, which normally would about later in the presentation. And those doors were proposing, more of a more contemporary style, aluminum frame doors, but still resonate with the arch geometry. Because we think, we want them to be distinct from the historic doors, but still read as part of the, kind of the arch, family that sits within the arch doorways. And there are also two doors on the left side of section O. Those will also do existing openings, but they're non-historical, so we're using the same type of arched window, arched aluminum frame doors for those two entrances as well. So if we go to the next page, we have some more zooming details for each type of doors. So these would be the doors at those portico locations. We're replacing them.
You say non-original doors? I mean, you say historic, but you mean they're not original. Is
Yeah.
that right?
Yeah, so with those porticos, it's mixed of replacement doors, but none of them are historic. And they're mixed style of contemporary door and simulated historic doors. So what we're doing is kind of this historic style doors with wood frames, with the upper light being replaced with glass. This is most for safety and visibility into the space for those entrances.
That's and you're basing it on the original drawing.
Exactly.
Wonderful. And that's handicap accessible and all that stuff?
No, so those doors, because we're introducing new doors along the courtyard, so those
That'll
doors
take
still
care of
need
that.
to meet the accessibility requirement, and that allows us to preserve those elevation steps.
Oh, awesome. Good thinking on that.
Yeah, so these would be, this is a view, looking into arcade, into one of the new doors we're proposing. Within the arcade, there's also none of the doors are historic. They're also all replacement doors. There are some precedents where, these kind of more contemporary style glass infill doors were introduced. So our new proposal is kind of to incorporate that, and instead of keeping the square opening, we're doing more of the arched profile, just to kind of resonate more with the arch geometry. We're opening up all the colonnade on the ground floor as well, to create more of a porous ground floor and restore it closer to the original Lake Club design. And this will become also the primary entry into the underclass student door.
So that's an
Opening.
instance where you're gonna make the opening arched. To
Yeah.
Have this unity with the other original arched opening, correct?
Yeah, so This is a staff level, this is under staff level review, but we are proposing to reopen up those infills. So originally, Liggett Hall, the ground floor, those arcade were open. And it was infilled during the post-art era. And we're proposing to basically reopen and restore to the historic condition.
Is that number 2 on our site plan list, or no? Exterior door replacement at ground floor, no, this is something else?
This is
Oh,
all
Okay,
part
great,
of that.
still number 2,
This is all
Okay.
part of that.
cool, show us more.
And then the last part of the exterior door replacement is this new service entry we're introducing along King Avenue. This is because we do need vehicular access to this service entry, and we're introducing kind of a solid pane aluminum frame door, but with articulated frame and similarly arch style transom. And we're also introducing a slope walkway in front of the door to mitigate the grade changes. But no guardrails are required at this location, just to mitigate the visual obstruction to the historic facade.
Okay.
Great. And last item for exterior modification. This is at the end of section L, where our current scope terminates. This is just by building code. We do need to provide a fire separation between the occupiable and non-occupiable portion of the existing building. And this firewall needs to run all the way from ground all the way to the roof. So what we're proposing here is a masonry wall that extends from the ground floor arcade all the way up through the gallery to the other side of the roof. There are existing conditions within Liggett where this kind of separation wall does exist. And historic drawings, we also find evidence that they do exist between different sections because they were built as individual townhouses, kind of adjacent to each other. So the location we're proposing, you can kind of see in the picture on the left, it would be right at the corner. Kind of, I think the visible portion would be within the gallery space, so it would be kind of behind the trees and visually, hopefully that will help to shield it a little bit. Right here, exactly, yeah.
And that's a sample of what we could expect, that bricking
It
in.
would be similar, yeah, it would be a steel brick wall added with brick masonry matching the existing brick.
Okay. Okay, got it. That is still part of exterior door replacement at the ground floor? No, that's,
number
oh no, we're 4. Okay, 5. 5.
Let's jump into Liggett Courtyard.
Yeah.
Okay, hi, my name is Molly Bourne. I'm landscape architect, principal at MNLA. I'm gonna take you through the landscape design. This is Liggett Courtyard, and on the left, you're seeing an existing plan, and on the right, you're seeing a proposed. Liggett Courtyard has had many lives. It began as an army barrack, and was now converted into a parking lot. It now has, today it's really used for that parking lot, and there's a fenced area, that the Coast Guard has an antenna in, and that occupies that northwest corner. The courtyard has mature London plane trees, and there's a significant number in the back, and we are aiming to preserve the trees with our design. The new design of the courtyard really supports the island's new population of students and researchers who will make Liggett their home. So let's look at the next slide and look at materials. The courtyard is really organized around a main element that's called a frame. And that frame is an elevated pathway that runs around the courtyard's perimeter and provides universal access. And you're seeing that in that tan U. See that that's what we call the frame. And it provides that access to all of the doors opening onto the courtyard. So the frame is made up of precast concrete pavers that really bring down the scale of the hardscape treatment to a residential courtyard level. And then the elevated decks that connect the entrances are precast concrete planks. The interior garden pathways are wood boardwalks. The small wall that you see at the bottom that supports the frame, that is the little gray U, that is reclaimed seawall blocks that really frame the entrance to the courtyard and also make a transition from Division Road. Division Road is at the bottom. So let's look at a rendering real quick. So this is a rendering looking down Division Road. You're seeing the frame, in the foreground and that reclaimed seawall right at the edge. You're also looking, and we'll talk about it a little bit later, at some lighting, some signage, and also the feel of what this new courtyard space we're feeling. It has a bit of a lush garden feel in the interior. So let's go and look at the lighting. Next slide. The lighting plan is really a holistic design for the courtyard. The 20-foot light poles bound that frame and light the main circulation routes. The light poles take inspiration from the island's wooden poles and are the same height, but more slender in diameter. So there's also, let's talk about signage in the next slide. Yeah, go.
One clarification for the committee, we did receive confirmation from Landmark staff. All of the all of the light fixtures we're showing are staff level, except for the light poles. So the light poles are the only lighting elements that, will need your resolution.
We're taking questions afterwards, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you have a question?
Well,
No, let's.
Lincoln Courtyard has come up to us before, and it must have been in a master plan presentation. In fact, it's come up more than once, and I'm just wondering why this is yet another iteration.
Can we go to the large, overall? So Leah Courtyard came with the park design in 2012. And so this is what we still call Leah Courtyard, but it's a much smaller one that's between
Okay.
section U. There's like O and LMN.
Okay, and we also did a long arduous meeting on the lighting proposed, including that pole.
Yeah.
And here we are again on that pole. What's that?
So just to clarify, let me go one more.
One more.
We're
Yeah.
showing, right, so look at Terrace,
Green.
Is sometimes called Leah Courtyard as well.
on the western portion of the building site. Yes, that is, what came before you in 2012. And had a whole landscape and lighting plan associated with it. My understanding is that what we are calling the courtyard was not, included in that larger concept.
And the light pole, which we spent an hour on, what about the light pole?
So the light pole in the courtyard is a wooden pole, that, really speaks to that standard pole that you can see actually in that rendering. And so, it speaks to the standard of Governor's Island.
But didn't we cover that already? Like we voted on that pole?
There was a separate, project, driven by the trust that,
Right, included that pole?
included the wooden pole. So we
You'd
are,
like to use that pole again in this,
we are proposing a unique wooden light pole specifically for the exchange
see.
in the
Oh,
courtyard.
okay.
so it is different.
It is different.
Okay.
It's similar, but it's the same height.
It's more of a combination of wood and metal.
Oh.
Okay, we were at the lights fixtures, the lighting.
Thank you.
Okay, and the plan, and you talked about each fixture,
Right, so then could we jump to signage,
signage,
right?
that's
So
good.
the signage strategy really is about being it's minimal and integrated, supporting the orientation and identity for the residential courtyard, without really detracting from the historical context. The wayfinding and site directory signs are wood clad, vertical pillars housed in a dark metal housing. And so the digital screen directory shows shows static event and programming information. You're seeing that one on the left, right? And so then there's wayfinding in the middle, and then also low concrete, identity markers that you're seeing at the bottom. And those are located on the plan.
How's this wood, been used on the island before successfully or not? I mean, wood, I have wood windows, I'm in the seaport, I'm replacing them every 12 years. Is wood a good thing here? Have we tested that? With wood, that's why you're not doing wood windows, but you're proposing wood walkways, so I'm wondering, is that,
What's interesting
Yeah, what-
is that there's progress being made and because of this project, we're doing a lot of research on different types of way of preserving wood. My colleague here, Elena, is here and we can talk to you about it. There's new ways of doing it. They pickle it, they kiln dry it. And so we're using different types of wood. What was black locust, which everyone fell in love with, is dimensionally unstable. So now we're looking at the most progressive new ways of using wood
Okay,
in the landscape, which is
Great.
kind of exciting.
okay. Wood pathways. in there.
And so that's something where we're hoping that the materials represent the kind of mission of the exchange. So we're gonna move forward with new materials.
Great,
Yay.
great.
But you know, it's a good question because people, it's tricky. So now we are next to Liggett Courtyard and we are on King Avenue. And King Avenue is one of these connector streets and has this beautiful LA of historic London plane trees on it. And what we need to propose and are proposing is 4 curb cuts with EV for EV parking and a charging and maintenance vehicles along that facade. And so you're seeing that on the right. The layout really was carefully designed to preserve the London plane trees and maintain that really important rhythm along that avenue.
What percentage of the trees are you keeping?
We have that answer.
Oh, good.
Would you like for the whole
Just a
historic
general-
district?
No, just, you said you're sensitive to the trees there. Did you?
In this area, we're not
100%.
removing any trees.
Great, we'll put that in the resolution. Thank you.
Well, we might as well
On King Ave.
ask the other question.
Yeah, and then get back to us on the other one. Okay.
How many trees are being,
How many trees are being cut down
I'm
in the
gonna find
middle?
a friend.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Within the district, we are removing 6 trees, 3 in the courtyard and 3 along Division Road, and we're replacing them with 10 trees.
Okay, so it's a net 4
Dang.
there. Okay, terrific. We'll note that. Okay.
So let's jump to Division Road. So currently Division Road that you see on the left is an asphalt road with a 7-inch concrete curb. And adjacent to it are narrow concrete pedestrian paths. They run kind of parallel to the trees. So the design now kind of celebrates the shared use and car-free character of the island. And so what we're doing is we're elevating the road and making flush curbs. We're removing the narrow sidewalks that you see in red, and we're hoping to improve the planting in those beds to improve the health of the trees. And so if you look at the next slide, we'll talk about the materiality. Again, we are really keeping, the material palette is keeping consistent with Division Road. It's going to be asphalt paving. The concrete curbs are reconstructed to be flush. The existing light poles used throughout the park, showed in the red outline on the top left, are pulled down Division Road and to create a cohesive feel along that street. One of them has a security blue phone that's attached to one of the poles. And so we can move on to Yankee Pier. So visitors arriving to Governor's Island by ferry disembark will in the future, we'll all disembark at Yankee Pier, entering this intersection. This is Craig Road that you're seeing in Division on the left. The arrival is currently a bit kind of constrained and a bit undefined. It really, visitors must make quick decisions about wayfinding to orient themselves. So one of the ideas is for us to propose really a Yankee Pier Plaza. And so you're seeing on the left the existing conditions and on the right the proposed. So this really reimagines how visitors arrive to the island and really turn this kind of functional intersection into a welcoming civic plaza.
is this the eastern pier or is this the pier next to the LMCC building?
This is the eastern pier on Buttermilk Channel.
So they're eliminating the one next to LMCC? Where the ferry goes?
No,
Oh.
no.
Okay.
I'll make sure it's okay.
This one's there already. This one is being used already.
Right, so is
It's being
the other.
it's being renovated by the trust. Both will be looking.
Oh, because I thought she said this is the only arrival.
No, this will be the major arrival,
Need the major.
arrival, where now you come in Swassons,
Right,
eventually. you'll-
so the marine ferry to Governor's Island will go here and not to Slauson?
It will do.
We will do both.
Okay, thank you.
It mostly has to do with the vehicular access.
And part of the goal is to section out vehicular from pedestrian.
Okay.
So the idea now is that you have kind of Division Road opens up into a generous landscape plaza. And the concrete hardscape of that plaza moves across Division Road. So you're seeing that in the light gray. It helps unify the plaza and kind of connects the entrance experience to that plaza area. So let's go to the next slide. And look what that looks like in the rendering. So you're facing here, you're looking down towards Yankee Pier on Division Road with the plaza on the left-hand side and the transition of that materiality change in the foreground. So let's talk lastly about the seawall. This is the seawall modification. So it's important to focus on the right-hand side of the slide in the bottom. And that is the area we are focused on. It is a area of modification of, that's highlighted of the seawall in the historic district. The project elevates the existing seawall using reclaimed granite masonry blocks. And that really, they're being removed to create a new tidal wetland along that edge. And so the approach then reuses them in order to slope up into that area. Could we go back one for a hot sec? So if you're looking on the right, you see there's a red bar, and that's where it's sloped up 3%, and then blue, it's flat again, and then it's sloped up. So when you go to the next slide, we're reusing those blocks, as you can see, as they step down into that historic district. So the approach, well, helps with our coastal resiliency, but also preserves the materiality and the craftsmanship of the historic seawall by reusing it. Sorry. So currently, the edge of Governor's Island has a chain link fence all along its edge. And so with the new Yankee Pier Plaza and the Exchange project, there will be a new railing. And so that railing will tie together and run across. And it will go that extent of how far the seawall is elevated and slopes up. Was that clear? I feel like I said that.
Yes.
backwards.
Yes.
And that concludes
Wonderful.
landscape.
Thank you so much. Is there another part after that?
No.
Okay, So, who wants to go first? I
Oh,
mean, obviously, windows, no problem, right? I mean,
Right.
does anybody have any problem with any of the first four?
I-
That takes you to the firewall division, which seems like a no, not really much.
I wanted to ask about the aluminum door, the sort of articulated panel, zoom in a little on that tiny picture.
Right.
What's in that little tiny picture there? Is-
Uh-huh. Oh, you had a rendering of that door anyway, the light gray door with the single panel,
I
yeah.
know the long glazed one,
Yeah.
thought all the windows did an admirable job of making it.
Susan's online. Hi, Susan.
No, she's.
Well, we got some people in the room.
Can I say something?
Anybody else want to say anything? Yes, Susan, say something.
Those doors, number 2, that look like upturned
Mall
garbage pails,
doors.
whatever, those all
Mm,
white.
That's what we're
doors,
looking at.
Slabs. Not these, no, the slab doors.
back.
Trying, it's getting.
A little bit of a lag.
No, it's me, because if I go to the other controls, like, I'll stop looking.
Oh,
So
I
go
see.
ahead.
Now you move.
You
At
can-
number 2, that
Yeah.
aluminum
Which number?
door.
So
Number two.
number 2, it's a stile and rail door and there's a flat panel, it looks like. But I can't really see enough of it to know how it's articulated or detailed or are there
There
beads
is,
or V grooves or?
there is one picture of it going down a ramp,
Yes,
Right
that's the
there.
same part,
There we
Susan.
Same thing, Susan.
okay? I think it's hideous.
I think it might be hideous, but I can't see enough of it in here to know.
I just think it's a blank wall that looks bad there. That's what I think. That's all I have to say.
Yeah,
We do have black and white line drawings in the appendix portion. It might take me a long time to click through with this, but
Yeah.
with a keyboard.
And they show original doors there that look like that? Or no, they're black and white drawings of your proposal.
Yeah, those.
I mean, I think the question is, first of all, we know it's a single panel door, each one. What's happening at the transom? That's also a panel? And is it, the relief of the panel is, half an inch, I mean, it's not, it can't be much, but bring it up if you want, and it doesn't have any sort of OG, it's very like 90 degrees.
Yeah, so there is the articulated 2-inch frame around each
Mhm,
frame,
mhm.
and then the transom. And so instead of glass infill, it's basically the same door as type 3, but with solid infill, because these doors will only be used at back of house spaces. So those, that's why they're solid.
We're looking for some shadows.
Yeah.
Yeah, more articulated.
So. we
There are
put some-
2-inch frames, there's 2-inch
I know, but there's
frames.
nothing but that and black. We're looking for some shadows. This is next to McKinney and White. Don't reinvent architecture here, okay?
Mhm. You're saying either
Your
just a
drawing-
quarter round is a nod in the right
You've
direction.
got
Yeah.
lots of great vocabulary.
Yeah, agreed.
Don't go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely looking at having something that contrasted with the historic, but we.
No,
No,
don't
don't do
contrast
that.
anything. We-
Your
So when everyone
image
comes
looks
here,
more
wants to
appealing
do
than your
that.
drawing. I see the 2-inch frame in your drawing. Each panel of the door appears to have a style and
That's
rail.
right. Yeah,
It's
that's
more
what I
than
thought,
2
too.
inches at least in.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm
appears-
sorry,
Yeah.
that was just at the transom is the 2
Yeah,
inches.
exactly.
Four,
Yeah.
4.25 inches.
Okay, and then the reveal between your stiles rails and your panel, how much distance is there? And then what the surface of your panel, is it just a sheet of aluminum or is there some grooves in there or something that might make me feel like it might have been wood at some point?
Interesting.
Life.
Interesting. Okay.
Just to create a little light, you know.
I understand. Yeah.
Texture.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it just,
That's what we
it's
want.
missing
Yeah.
it's missing just a molding. It can't be like this. No, they would never do this or this. It's gotta have something, an OG, a quarter round, a reverse quarter, a half circle,
The windows,
something like that.
the
If
windows
you
look
could,
great,
if you
man.
could, like, I'm sure that's a thing. Okay.
Yeah.
That, how many times does this happen?
This happens only at back of house spaces, happened once along this.
Yeah,
this
6 times.
element, and then 2 times in section O.
Yep.
So,
Okay, yeah, so it deserves some presence, even though it's a secondary one and should have some depth. That's
Oh, yeah.
I
the-
also
like the
think
back
the
of house.
problem is because it's white. If it was black, we
Interesting.
would have a different reaction
Interesting.
to it. It would be more utilitarian, but you're making it white and then blank.
It's saying it's important and it's.
Okay.
giving it-
So is that good input? Anybody else on the door?
I have a question.
Yes.
This image, it is for vehicular access, right?
it needs to be located along King Avenue because it needs to have vehicular access towards Fort, yes.
So will we ever have a car pull up to this door?
Only push carts, yeah.
Uh,
That's
It's
what,
it's specifically for maintenance.
it's where like.
Okay, like a John Deere thing, okay.
But if they
Got it.
also added some, like, what do you call, like a doorstop or something?
Ooh, like a lion's head with a thing. Is that a door stop?
A
No, that's
gargoyle.
a door,
You could do a
door
gargoyle.
ringer. Okay, a door
On the
stop.
bottom,
Well, the
You know,
bottom
they
rail
remind
should
me
be a
of, like-
little bigger than the
okay, the
others.
bottom rail, but also if it was, a farm door, right?
Or a door into a
It would
Parisian
have-
apartment house. that has-
Right, and it would have something.
Sorry, technical.
Focus.
Which is required by.
10-inch kick plate on the door.
Good.
Okay, I mean, can't we just file that under give the door some more character, even though it's a secondary door?
And if I had
If
a
it's not
secondary door, it
secondary,
anything.
it
Right.
It's a very
Right.
important door.
Yes.
We won't
It would be
lose
Yes,
passing-
Jason.
Now we're judging the people who pass
access-
through it, which we do
access
not want to
the
do
rear
in
of the
this.
building,
in this
access to
venue.
Some other side, okay. Door, anything else, guys? What about this?
So for
yeah.
the other parts of this master plan, the way I'm not familiar with everything that has been done on this master plan, is there an articulation or differentiation between old and new and what they're doing, or are they mimicking the
Well,
language of?
That's a great question.
Yeah,
because
right.
We're saying, or someone is saying, it should be exactly, don't.
Which, I mean, I might not
interfere
agree
with
with.
it. I don't either. If it's new, it should not be a Disney version of what is.
Which I agree
in my
with,
opinion.
yeah.
Right, but
Just
what we
articulate.
don't want is your regular
Right,
aluminum extrusion.
Yeah.
It can't be that.
I agree.
So an SOM knows how to make details that are better than regular aluminum extrusion. So,
A respectful dance.
Yeah, at that point, I thought you might be referring to more now segueing to the landscape part, because there's clearly a
Well,
landscape thing here.
That's when we go to
Okay.
that slide, I will bring that up.
Okay, so anything else on actual like exterior building stuff? We talked about the doors, this ramp, this edging here, the windows. Okay, let's knock some things off, like the existing seawall, do we have a problem with that being modified that way?
No.
Okay,
We good, Bruce?
yeah, he's
I think-
okay. How about that EV parking on that side where they're not touching the trees? Right, and then why don't we jump into the actual courtyard?
Okay.
What do we think about that? We gotta wait till word on at the table and then we'll get your questions. Okay, what do we think about the courtyard? Is it okay enough?
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, okay, good. It feels like it.
With all the, things.
Feels like a
it's
campus
passed with,
courtyard,
because,
yeah.
But
So
Is that,
I have a question.
Yep.
Sorry. So the courtyard and whatever that we're doing here is an extension of an overall master plan, right?
No.
It's not, it's on its own.
This is a separate.
So there are not elements of like, let's say signage that you can pull from the other parts that's already deployed and it's being used.
The other portion of the landscape of this building was done as a separate, scope of work.
and some other portions of the island are not historic, so they may not have the same levers to pull when it comes to that.
And a lot of different building typologies on the island as well, and there have been disparate scopes of signage approved by LPC at each different.
And it's
building
not
for the new
supposed to be a
uses.
big campus that's interconnected and.
Is this campus gonna grow? Yes, right? And will the signage and other things like it grow along with it?
Yes,
Okay, that's like a promise?
that's the plan.
How does the plan fall apart? I mean, just you fire the person doing it now? I don't,
I hope not, but
Okay.
the challenge, I think, is that as we move into areas potentially that are part of the previous master plan and the park, for example. the-
That may happen.
Terrace, the goal may be to have signage that matches the Governor's Island standard rather than a exchange.
okay. So we might have to hold you to that. It's either or. You're not gonna introduce a third thing.
right.
Yes,
Okay, good. Okay, because that would be confusing. Do we want to then talk about the Yankee Pier Plaza, which is this pretty big piece on the edge of the island here? Bruce, you seem familiar with the
Yeah,
area. What do you
I
think?
actually, what got to me, it sounds silly, but that chain link fence, no matter
Oh,
how
okay.
it's.
It's terrible. I understand.
What
It's
is
the
it?
most,
It makes everything look temporary.
A lot of
about
bad
the whole
actors.
damn island. So that's where my focus was. And it's true that the piers, those piers are like weird choke points, especially as more and more people use them. So how exactly it's articulated here, I can't get a firm grip on it. It's a little bit generic, but it sure is better than what's there.
Is
That's all.
this- did this speak back to that plaza you talked that was approved back in 2000, whatever, that's already been done?
No, this is all entirely new.
But just in terms of the language, it
So-
seems curvy like it, and in plan, it looks like it, but is it not? I mean,
So one of the things that I think that it's trying to do is bridge
okay,
the old and the new, and also when the park was done, and I was lucky to work on the park from 2009 to 2016. And so the idea of the fluid nature of it and the idea that it was like a place where you could go and really be immersed in nature and art, that is, we've also taken to heart. And so thought we wanted to make a new space as opposed to repeat another space.
okay,
Because there's very, very significant Slide Hill and Outlook
Mhm.
Hill and the way people love Picnic Point. So we wanted to make a new space that has the kind of feeling of Governor's Island, but also of the Exchange.
Where is that incredible grove of, not lilacs, not lilies,
It's just a
Yeah.
it's like amazing wavy, I have a picture of it, it's just.
Lavender.
Yes, lavender. Where is that?
Lavender. That's, actually north of this, on on the little corner that they call the Battery.
And that's untouched,
That's untouched.
okay.
Okay. This is Yankee Pier that's moved over and then
Right.
created a better
Can
experience.
can we ask the gentleman who was here who wanted to talk? Are we done at the table?
I
Are
just-
we?
I have a
Yes?
question about
Anyone more?
materiality. There was
Yeah,
a,
okay, I'm just wondering.
there
Okay.
was a rendering that you showed. I didn't quite understand based on the rendering, your materiality, if they were pavers or
No,
large,
let's go back.
Oh, should we go to the rendering?
that.
So we're looking down Division Road, right? And so the concrete that you see, that it extends from the plaza across. And so the wayfinding sign is existing and the trees are existing. But so that concrete paving moves across
So the darker gray is
is the asphalt, which
And
is what is
then-
there now.
the large format whitish is your concrete paving.
Yes.
Got
And it's actually this concrete paving. It's actually a new type of concrete that uses algae. And it's very progressive in regard to the way of sustainability. So that's kind of exciting for us.
It's white.
It's lighter.
It's not gonna crack like 432.
It's not gonna.
We're gonna score it. We hope to score it carefully. We did have, if you go to the governor's, if you go to Governor's Island, there's a mock-up. We have a test mock-up right near here.
Is it poured? You said scored,
No,
yeah, so it's poured.
Yes.
It's gonna score it like sidewalks.
Yeah.
It's the largest greenhouse gas emitting concrete that's been tested so far.
You probably covered it, it may exist already, that giant signage on the left.
That was done as part of the 2012 master plan.
Yeah,
think it's
oh,
pretty
it's
bad.
just,
Yeah.
oh, God.
I know. Hideous, right?
We don't think the trust likes it that much.
And it's,
They would like to remove it, but at the
Oh,
moment,
really?
it's told-
and it's so
So,
confusing.
did they order it?
Whoa, what? It's psychedelic. I mean, how do you find anything on it? It's, and that gray corrugated piece, what is that? Behind the first tree there? What is it?
Future welcome kiosk, so it's not
Oh,
meant to.
welcome.
From here.
It's not very welcoming.
You mean that thing
No.
horizontal,
Yeah,
great?
We're
perfect.
gonna take this, it's just a placeholder.
Okay, okay, okay.
And under the trees in the middle of the image, there's some rough texture on the paving surfaces, or is that shadow for the tree?
That's shadow from the.
Okay, okay.
But it's a glacier, oh, whoa, gosh, I forgot, you're already gonna see this. So one of the things that's really fun that you can see, and you guys are I'm so excited, you're picking up everything. That is what we call glacial reveals. That is a paving that is reclaimed seawall that now is expressed in the paving
Nice.
to add texture and also
Oh, so that is texture.
to the far right.
Yeah.
Where the red hairs.
That is the glacial reveal. I'm
Lovely.
sorry.
And that guy playing with his toes, is he gonna be there? On the right, what's the story there?
I know.
No.
He's in a yoga position.
Sorry, okay.
But
Yeah, Vera,
about
Vera.
the pole
and
lighting,
then Vicky and
you have a
then.
rendering of how the pole lighting in the Liggett courtyard, if I could see how that's gonna look. You only have it face down, but do you have something? Yeah.
Oh, less flat, something in situ, something in situ.
Yes, thank you, that's the word.
But these, I don't understand how they,
What? We'll look at that.
those
again.
lights.
Oh, these little
Yeah.
fan lights?
they look
Okay, I see it. I see them in there.
Where?
Uh-huh, there's one, right. in
Maybe
your
that's a good
face.
thing that I
Can't see
can't
the top
see
of it.
Okay, that's a good sign. Alright, that's good.
So bad.
See the one-
All right.
So it's metal
the
and
roof
wood?
around The frame, so you see one right in the foreground.
Yeah.
I mean,
The
if
fact
they
that I
do the
can't see it,
illumination,
that's
then I
great.
would say they're very modest.
And they're metal and wood, you said?
Yeah, the very base of it is wood, is metal,
Metal.
and then it is a wood pole. You can see it in the, you go back to the slide. You can see
Yeah,
it.
I thought it just didn't translate there.
Yeah, it didn't
Yeah.
translate here, so I wanted to get a
See
the
sense of
metal.
it, but maybe that's good, that I can't, it looks like a,
It made the diameter
Yeah.
smaller than one.
Vicky, you wanted to say something else
Yeah.
or ask something?
I wanted to comment on the proposed plan for the Liggett courtyard. So you've got some sort of veining going on and then two pods. What are those two pods?
So those are they're small display areas where people can either gather and sit. But it's a bit elevated, right? Because we're also meeting those, we're carving out areas for stormwater management. And then these are these small little patio pods.
Focus there is we have an undergraduate program that we're looking to run, and one of the advantages, one of the things that sets us apart is we're a hands-on, science-based program. And so the idea of using these pads as places for experiments or for engaging people with building or something that's associated with the sustainable mission of the students and the organization, it just gives outdoor space to be able to do that.
With a harder
So
surface.
I'm gonna comment on this, again, as a New Yorker and as a professional, and this is the time to do it, right? Recently with the Brooklyn Bridge Parks, right? It seems like von Valkenburg, I don't know how you pronounce his name, set this precedent where everything is just like this thing, and then we people just kind of meander. There's no place to receive or repose or have dignity of 5 minutes. We run to Europe to experience the great parks. And yet here, von Valkenburg just left us this land. I live down there and people go there because we don't know any better. We have nowhere else to go, but now they just go up and down the path, right? Occasionally, you will see a big field and a little creature on a little pad, right? With, you know, a picnic, 2 people. Saddest thing you've ever seen. I was wondering if, you know, you've got this great architecture and someone here said, you know, a row, like, if you, I obviously am not designing this, but like a row of incredible hedges, right? And then there's like a little carve out, and there's a bench with a table where I could just sit like a normal human being and have a coffee or do something on it, right? Without exercising and yogiing and doing all that. So just being a dignified human being.
Or something.
Yeah, you can
Or
do
blunt.
that too. I don't know. I mean, again, you know, this isn't, I'm
I
just
hear you.
one
I
New
hear you.
Yorker. And it might be time to like think about, why is it that we all run to Europe, right? To see incredible parks, to go to Japan too. I was just looking at Kyoto, a friends there. There's something about them celebrating us living there rather than these little pads and then we're like frogs on it. And I don't want to be mean or anything, it's the end of a long day, but you have the most incredible theater, right, created. You're in the theater, the surrounding of buildings are incredible. I would do something more, a little formal, plus this.
Elevate the
loosey
user a little
goosey.
bit.
I would elevate the user. You think of the user. I don't wanna, where, you know, when you escape. It occurred to me only the other day on the train, why it's so helpful. And why everyone consciously or unconsciously has their radios on in their ears, why they're plugged in, because you're in public and yet you're in your own private space. That's how we are actually surviving and dealing when you're streets and subways, right? And I thought, that makes sense, right? So if you can give us a space that's a little more sensitive to that, I would come to Governor's Island in spite of the helicopters.
So
Could we look at, we haven't seen I feel like the one rendering also, could we show that? Because there's the view, we had a big slide of it before, of the perspective rendering of it.
I mean, look, it's okay, I don't wanna put you on the
Okay.
spot, I just
No,
gave
it's
you,
I'd love to respond to this, because I think it's a serious issue that we've talked to the trust about. And one of the things, one of the ideas that came up originally was just to create a lawn. Just a
Yeah.
lot, a simple lawn. But
there you go.
the issue, and we talked about this extensively with the trust, is there's a 40-acre park on the island, which has amazing lawns with amazing views, and the Statue of Liberty and the harbor, and there's a wide range of different kinds of large-scale public spaces. This is the only space on the island that's got this sort of intimate quality to it, because it's enclosed, right?
Yeah.
Even
Make it formal.
even opening up the arches along the edge of the buildings kind of creates that intimacy. And the model, something mentioned before, the model of a new park, a new space for the public on the island. If you look at Liggett Terrace with those curves and with that sense of great dignity and a great space to be, but it's not a formal garden. And so working with the trust, we felt that we didn't want to replicate a space that's already on the island.
Yes.
We wanted to provide a different kind of experience. And so that's.
We
where
want
it's-
beauty, and if they have it over in the left-hand corner, we'd be happy to have it in the right-hand corner. Don't let them talk you.
Who is the applicant of this application?
The trust, the New York Climate Exchange.
Okay, right, you said that, okay.
Mm. Anyway, you understand my point. I don't care if there's beauty, I'll take it everywhere.
But are you asking for formal gathering spaces?
No, I'm asking
No.
for everything I just said, and they have to translate that.
How
if they
about
want
this?
to.
Can we ask for
Maybe
a deeper connection with a formal quad style, like, development there? I see what you're saying, it's a little bit, you know.
More dignity, a place of
Okay,
repose,
but-
where I can read a newspaper. I don't wanna sit and do yoga.
Don't want to shield it overall.
I don't know, this just, I'm just
No, I
telling
just
you,
want to make sure.
that if you gave me something spectacular as a landscape there.
She's on her way tonight,
um,
by helicopter.
Rob,
Swimming.
Let's
Swing.
I don't want to do much more back and forth. I want this gentleman who came here because he cares enough to come to give his little thoughts on it.
Yeah.
Not little, big thoughts. Okay. You could announce yourself too if you want or not.
Yeah, hi, folks, that don't know me, I'm Roger Manning, co-founder of MAGIC, the Metro Area Governance Island Coalition. It's a community group that is primarily interested in the general public's use of the island, and our main focus concerns are always like to keep the place low rise, as much building reuse as possible, and minimalize the privatization that takes place there. Complements to a lot of this design, the building reuse, and turning the parking lot into a quad is awesome. Two questions basically here. One is percentage of building reuse to new building. That seems to have changed. I guess it decreased from what, if I remember correctly, because the theater's not being used anymore, and then wasn't it before it was 60% building reuse and 40% new building at one point, or something like that?
I don't recall, and it was somewhere in the neighborhood. I don't remember. I was talking about.
But that's because the theater, and
I
the
don't have any new building considered smaller.
okay, and the building that, you're still using the building that's facing, Buttermilk Channel?
We're building new buildings. Not in this.
Demolishing that?
No, it's just not.
Okay, and then the second question is, the main reason that Magic showed up here was wondering about the vehicle parking on King Ave. Because it's like in a heavily pedestrian used area, and there's gonna be vehicles coming over to King Ave, why isn't that parking closer to the pier perhaps? But you say it's 4 spaces for EV, can you
EV
elaborate?
charging.
For service vehicles.
Yeah, so there's five golf carts, so not full-size cars, but like little maintenance golf carts,
Right,
and 2 full-size, like, normal parking spots. So in total, it's 7 parking spots, but 5 of them are just for golf carts, for small maintenance vehicles.
yeah, we're concerned about bringing, I mean, when you build vehicle infrastructure, it's some kind of thing, and who knows, and initially, it may not seem like an issue or intrusive, but who knows, years from now, is there any way of that parking not being King Avenue, maybe?
We should be clear programmatically, these are vehicles that serve maintenance on aircraft. They're not for anybody else to come and drive.
Yeah.
They're not even for the public or for private use, they're only for our maintenance use. The challenge is we can't, we don't want to get in the way of the million people who come to Governor's Island and park vehicles on entry points.
Right.
So we're trying to hide them. Problem is, these buildings don't have any back.
They're all forced, yeah, right.
So figuring out how to hide them as best we can next to our building, which doesn't impact others.
Oh, it's also taking up space that's, but they don't, people hang out and use, pedestrians, or I guess in the future, students,
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the pushback from Magic. We're not happy with parking, or creating parking spaces in King Avenue.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if the committee, I think about that a little bit more.
Well, I will say I'm a little bit confused about what what the commission even, like, I don't even know how much of that part the commission of landmarks has to, like, whether you can turn this land into a spot, but that was your 2 comments, questions?
Yeah, just to wrap up,
Yeah.
our website is govislandcoalition.org. I have a few flyers here if people want to just to remember what that is.
Great, thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
okay, we're gonna wrap it up. Anybody else wanna talk? Okay, we're going to write what type of resolution here? With
Yes, a
a
favor.
favorable one with a little bit of something like,
Hoping for a little tightening.
we're gonna call them recommendations. Okay. Call the question.
Second,
Aye.
All in favor?
aye,
Okay,
aye.
okay, thanks so much, guys, for doing a great job. Okay.
That was, that was.
Oh, this is gonna clear the room too. Okay, terrific. Hey, how are you? Great. Okay, you're presenting?
Yes.
I looked at your presentation already. I have a comment, but, I thought it was very tastefully done. Give this man the clicker. He's gonna come in and be like Mariano Rivera on this one and close it out for us quickly. No, because if you see the slides, Bruce?
No.
It's a new building where there's a,
Oh,
with a taxpayer, and
Oh.
it's like, it's totally seems appropriate,
Oh,
except the
you're
cornice
gonna-
doesn't seem right, so we
I
should just
see what you
work
mean.
on it.
That's the answer.
Yeah.
We're done. You're right.
It's just like too, well, I don't know, in this picture, it looks better. When you look at the face on, it looks like kind of too diminutive, it's too
So
small.
what's there now?
A one-story garage.
You'll be happy to get rid of that.
I see,
You know,
I see.
it's like
Yeah.
so contextual that you think it's there. And, you know, I mean,
Everybody's
the
gonna
first
use their
picture.
lot line windows. Just-
Well,
Okay.
yeah, actually, well, we could, people
Let's
used
not
to
be-
come to these meetings
Yeah,
just to object on that, and every time we'd have to be like, you have no right to object.
They shouldn't have put them in there.
But no one does that anymore, remarkably, I can't even believe it.
Well, I think they finally got the message. You've
I guess
enjoyed the
that was
life for
it.
30 years. It's, you know, you got it while you
But-
could.
it's the building on the left with the fire escape, is the new?
No, it's
I
the building
haven't
next
seen
to
the
this
design.
weird black one that's very thin. that's built. And what's
I
not
wanna
there
see it.
now, what's there now is just a one-story garage with
Right,
a
right,
roll
right.
downgrade in the next picture.
Thanks.
But it's not the silver building to the right of the garage, it's the one after that.
Correct.
Okay, because the silver building with the garage, talk about cornices.
Jake?
Jesus.
Wait, what do you mean silver building? Oh, yes, this little gray building is terrible, but that
Ah,
lot's only like
That's
50
not ours.
feet. That's a toughie.
But we did approve of that. Yeah.
No, that's a tough project to develop. I
It
saw that.
was, it was.
Okay,
Okay.
Oh, I see what you mean. Elevation, of
yeah,
course.
go
is a
ahead.
little
Tell us like,
different.
it's a new building, so that, yeah.
It's a six-story building. We are in the Seaport Historic District. This is a slide showing what it could look like after the building is built. We are taking the character from the Seaport District. We want to brand in. We don't want to stand out like what next door is doing. Just let me tell you a little history. This is the tax photo. The building was the one with the 4-story back in 1940s. And right now it's a garage.
Right.
Almost like a missing tooth in the middle of the front.
So, yeah, all right, you're on, okay, you're still early. Yep, yep, I see it,
Yeah, so it's the comparison from the existing
Yep,
and what we are proposing. So we are proposing a 6-story residential only building with a penthouse, which is set back from the street. So you can really see it from the street. The building.
so how tall is that street wall? Like about 75 feet? What do I see it, yeah,
Yeah,
74
let
feet,
me go
Yeah.
to the street wall drawing.
11, I like 11, because for me, it shows me that the cornice is too small for a 75-foot tall building. You made like a little Georgian three-story cornice,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
It looks
Yeah, the
better in
corners-
rendering than it does.
That's what I'm saying.
Corners, I have to apologize, we're still working on
Yeah,
it
let's
at the
beef that
time.
up, just beef it up.
Right, we are actually much larger
Yeah,
than what
good,
it
we
is.
need that.
The one with the
Okay.
left has that freeze and. the
Right, right,
architecture.
right. So-
it-
Yep, we are still
You
working
got
on
room
that.
for it up there.
You said what might be built. In other words, what you're showing us is what you will build if it's approved by LCC, not what might be. You're not evolving the design from what you're showing us, right?
You're using the word might maybe in the wrong way, is what you're saying.
Okay.
This is your proposed
I'm
design.
not even aware I used the
Okay.
word.
I heard it too, but I understand, it's what you're proposing is on this wall right
It's
now.
on this one.
And
Okay.
Yeah. And we already think that
Like,
the cornice
Cornice
is
is a
too
little
small.
thing, yeah.
oh, yeah, just make that bigger.
Yeah, we're still
And
working
he said
on
he
the
was working
comments.
on that, so
Yeah,
he's gonna
we're
do
still
that.
working on the comments of this morning, but we are having a presentation, so we don't have time
Yeah.
to change
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
No, I think the-
So basically, it's a 6-story residential. One thing I want to stress is that we are in a flood zone,
Yeah,
so that the first floor apartment had to be raised up by about 5 feet, which I'm going to
Oh,
show it
wow.
to you at the section.
but you seem to be doing that all inside. We don't even, can't even
There's
tell.
apartment at the back.
I saw it. It goes up towards the back. I
Yeah,
saw that.
yeah,
But as far as the front of the building, you did a great job making it look like it's not raised 5 feet. I'm actually really impressed about
Oh,
it.
thank you.
Oh, but you have a garage, so you have a car.
And we are
Is this gonna
keeping
be
the
a single
garage.
family home?
No, it's a.
Multiple dwelling?
Family house.
Is this gonna be a fireproof concrete building?
Concrete building,
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that gonna be real brick or brick panel?
real brick.
And the lintels, concrete or stone?
Cast stone,
I like
I
it.
know, I
That's
mean,
it.
like, I wanna buy it and then
Yeah.
like turn it into my
Something
man
everything.
cave and then
Let me go
make a
to
profit on it.
detail.
I can just say on the corners, yeah, use a more standard traditional cornice that
Like a sheet
has
metal
depth.
cornice, yeah, a real.
Yeah,
Missed the
but,
scale, I think the
yeah.
material looks
After
pretty-
landmark, has a similar apartment.
Well, you.
Need to be a
piece-
bigger
Yeah,
corner.
exactly.
Yeah, this is so small, like that's a cornice for this size building.
Yeah,
The perspective.
Okay,
It has a lot of protection.
Who's got any other questions? This
I'm
is very
a little
straightforward.
concerned about the view corridors for the penthouse, because
Okay,
ostensibly, it's invisible from all directions. I just want to clarify that.
okay, so let's talk about that. Sir, this is about a 50-foot wide street.
Yeah.
And did
Let
you
me
study
show
what
you-
it would
let
look
me-
like from the north
Let
and
me
south?
go,
Yeah, there is. a
let me
thing.
go backwards.
I remember seeing that.
All right, well, you know what to do.
Yeah, hold on, we're gonna study just, I agree, if the penthouse is too overbearing, then we didn't do our duty. It can be as big as you want, as long as you can't
Yeah,
see it.
this is,
Okay, so let me look at that.
this is the view from the Portland Bridge.
Well, that I'm not so concerned with.
We already
So the
have
back
an
of
ugly
the
tower from the
back-
Brooklyn Bridge. Everything
Our
else
building-
doesn't matter.
Looks great from the bridge.
I survived here from that path mark under
Me
age.
too, I love that path mark. You could- Right.
I love
And the view 08 is the one that we can see it from the Portland Bridge, is hidden.
That's
actually.
okay.
What about from
Street or-
Water Street?
Yeah.
Or from
Great, yeah.
Park, or from Peck Slip? I mean, I can imagine the angles that Bruce is concerned about, because I know the area well. How much is the penthouse setback? A good what, 20 feet?
Yeah.
20 feet?
Roughly 15 to 20 feet.
I mean, that's, you'd ask, I
Want the clicker to work?
Yeah.
Clicker issues?
Oh.
Is
Okay,
it 15 or is
Okay,
it
hold on.
20?
I got it. Where do you want to go?
Got it.
Oh, you have view corridor pictures? I'm moving. I'm on the move.
Oh, okay.
I'm on the move, but
Can you go back?
here, this shows the setback, no? Yeah, setback is
it
how
shows the
much?
setback.
15 feet 11.
Okay, you see it,
No,
okay.
a little bit.
You want me to go backwards, sir, or forwards?
Yeah, go back to the
Backwards.
original.
Okay, very first.
Yeah, very first.
Here
I
you
wanna go through it again. Yeah,
There we go.
yeah,
There.
this
I'm
is the
looking for
front.
my,
Let's see if I can-
posted right there.
I can-
Yeah, you're on it. You got it. You're
Where is
good.
it? Oh, 'cause
Up, cross-talking's not good on the owl, guys. I miss my
Yeah,
old,
that is the view from the Brooklyn Bridge.
yes,
You can see
okay.
that's,
the
oh, I
building.
see.
If you can, actually, on the right side is where the building is.
Yeah, I see it. I
Yeah.
see it.
And you see the setback
I see it.
that we have over there, which is,
And what's in that? A penthouse
yes,
and an elevator?
elevator bulkhead.
So the elevator doesn't go to the roof?
The elevator go up to the roof.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is the bulkhead and the elevator stop.
I mean, okay, let's, I mean.
Yeah,
said
you
that.
can see it from here. This is a better perspective.
Bruce, I think about look at this slide and think about the view you're concerned about, like from here, right? Looking at, seeing this is edge where my cursor is.
yeah.
I think he's done a pretty fair job. This building's lower, so you are gonna see a step up, but as
Yeah.
long as this is all party wall, I
Yeah.
don't think it's such a big deal, right?
Okay.
It's very much still a 75-foot street wall. Can we agree with that? I think it's okay. I think it's contextual. And I would probably just build it in the same material myself instead of trying to build it in some other material. And this is where you got your
Inspiration.
respect for the first floor.
For the storefront.
Yeah.
For the
Well, actually, this is
stone piers.
a heroin addict.
For the
thinks you're
garage.
okay. Not get any inspiration from that place. That is a fact.
The red herring.
You're shaking your head, yes.
You mentioned-
I walk by them all the time.
So,
Questions are-
Yeah, no,
So you mentioned that the first floor is an apartment, right?
yeah, let me show.
Yeah,
you
show us the plan.
Section.
Oh, okay, or the section shows it. That's a good idea.
We have a,
No, but that's.
we have a section.
Barcode is not viewing.
This is our first floor and large elevation, so you can see the, you know, the relationship of the second floor in regarding the first floor. So
Yeah.
the first floor actually is much higher up because,
Piano Noble, no? Oh, the second floor.
because of the front.
Yes, I see that.
Yeah.
It's terrific.
And that occurs how many feet back when I walk through that door, it's at the back of the garage, you start stepping up or?
Yeah, let me show, this
It's
is
not
the
that
top,
important.
yeah, this
Just
is,
here.
actually, we wise this, corners a little bit,
It's just a little.
yeah, a little bit
taller,
bigger.
Yeah,
corner,
toward the
yeah.
window.
Yeah.
You don't want.
Yeah, I tell my staff, she pick a 2 foot
No, I
6,
like
I
the
think
fact
we
that
need
it's got
to
a lot
be
of
3
style.
feet, you know?
And the name is cute.
I'll put it in the file and.
So these are the material we are talking about, the brick, the cast stone, and then we
That
have.
cornice is to be
stone.
fiberglass?
This is a
Yes.
project for
Painted
everybody.
fiber.
Right down the block. It's nice, but I think we can vote on it.
And then the wood, and then we have the stone column. and
Look
then-
closely at the neighbor. That's good, your inspiration, those fiberglass ones can sad sometimes, you know, get as much detail in it as you can.
Okay. It's very careful.
I did the projections in this one, I thought were quite nice.
Here's the photo shoot today, so that's.
You're coming way up because you spotted this here, right?
Yeah.
It's sticking out, sticking out, it just
Yeah,
makes it look
I
miss Roger.
a little more free.
Roger,
and full.
He's so
If you
complete.
see this,
console.
that section, you see we
I
have
to
a
go-
apartment at the back.
Do you have retail at,
See,
Yeah, that's cool.
sorry, do you have retail at the street
No,
front?
no.
No, it's all
garage
residential.
and lobby.
Just a, lobby, let me show you the floor plan. This is the first floor plan. So the lobby, and then we have a garage. The garage is a existing garage, the only one to keep the car there.
Smart guy.
As long as the curb cut is there.
Questions?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
Are you muted? Did you say something? Oh, I love that. Okay, you should join. I think people should join. Call the question.
Susan? Can you unmute yourself and open?
I second it and I'm in favor.
Give me, I need Susan's address so I can stalk her or something.
Yeah.
Get her good things so she doesn't come to the
Yes.
meeting. Okay, all right. Second, we got
I
vote,
second
all in
it.
favor?
All in favor?
I have.
All
Yes,
in
thank
favor.
you.
We got a
Okay,
refusal.
wait.
Bruce, you're in on this? Okay.
You're-
Vicky?
You can step out.
Yes.
Yay.
Please beef up the cornice.
Beef up the cornice.
We are still working on the corners.
Will you be building
Okay.
this right away, once you get the approval?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Excellent.
Motion to adjourn.
Yes. Motion
Second,
granted.
not me.
Building department.
Bye.
Motion.
Hi, Susan.
Bye-bye, guys.